They often appear as mere rocks and boulders, but they are in fact colonies of living creatures. They come in many different shapes and sizes, and while far from the colors and scale that corals can build, they formed the planet's first reefs. Stromatolites are colonies of microbes, usually cyanobacteria, also known as blue-green algae, although it is not true algae at all, and algae themselves are a polyphyletic group. The prokaryobacteria that form stromatolites grows in the shallow coastal regions of the world's oceans. They were the Earth's first photosynthesizers and are still among us today. The rocks are built from microbial colonies of cyanobacteria through accretion, a process in which material is added to a base, or some surface that already exists, either by organic creatures or inorganically, when materials gather to form a structure. The planets in our solar system formed by the accretion of rock and dust. Gas and ices, if we're talking about the outer system. Anyway, cyanobacteria grew in aquatic environments and even moist terrestrial environments where the sun's light reaches, and through mass photosynthesis gradually raised the levels of free oxygen in early Earth's atmosphere to the point where aerobic organisms could thrive, leading eventually to the emergence of true multicellular life. The appearance, diversification, and expansion of the first photosynthetic bacterial colonies provided the opportunity for early herbivorous grazing organisms, which in time led to increasingly complex food chains and food webs, able to support more complex and diversifying organisms, including the first animals. Stromatolites peaked in the fossil record about 1¼ billion years ago, experienced a significant reduction in population by the start of the Cambrian, when the numbers of microbial mat grazers exploded, and have gradually declined since. Stromatolite fossils are often found in rocks and cliff faces, where rock layers are exposed that look similar to tree rings, but in cross-section appear as circles, cones, lumps, domes, and spirals. Again, it is not actually the fossils of the bacteria themselves you are looking at, but, like corals, the structures that they built up and left behind. If you want to see living stromatolites, places to visit include the Pilbara region and Shark Bay, both in Australia, the thermal springs of Yellowstone National Park, which you should not try to go swimming in, calcite pools in Aldabra in the Seychelles Archipelago, Laguna Bacalar in Mexico's southern Yucatan Peninsula, and the Eczema Caves in the Bahamas. They are the oldest fossils ever found, and the same types of microorganisms, barely different from those that built the stromatolites from 3.5 billion years ago, are still alive and making more today.